we had a narcotics issue in Jammu and Kashmir. What is new in this game is the hard drugs, the heroin. Now, this is something which has changed the landscape, the disastrous effect locally, and also the consequences of the money that comes out of it, and because it is connected to terrorism. So therefore, it is the new currency of terror. The situation has undergone a change because of the hard drugs, the heroin. It is no doubt, there is little doubt now that all of it is sourced from outside, from Pakistan. None of it, not even a gram of it, is grown here or processed here.
Agency, J&K police, which is the people are moving freely from one place to another place. But no doubt that for the last 2-3 months, still going on yesterday, Kashmir encounter, how much their militant activities or terrorism are related with drugs, especially the narcotics. Number of times we have seen the drugs coming from Pakistan side, North Kashmir, in the last year in Punjab side. How much it affects on the situation and how much it is connected with it?
See, the narcotics situation was always, we had a narcotics issue in Jammu and Kashmir, especially in the sense that the traditional narcotics in Kashmir, which is grown and sold, consumed, is charas. What is new in this game is the hard drugs, the heroin. Now, this is something which has changed the landscape, the disastrous effect locally, and also the consequences of the money that comes out of it, and because it is connected to terrorism. So therefore, it is the new currency of terror. So the situation has undergone a change because of the hard drugs, the heroin. It is no doubt, there is little doubt now that all of it is sourced from outside, from Pakistan. None of it, not even a gram of it, is grown here or processed here. They are well packed, they are absolutely branded, they come from the other side where it is grown, processed, packaged at an industrial scale, So we are victims. The neighbor country is victim in 2-3 ways. It destroys our social fabric to the extent that we consume it here. It destroys our law enforcement because it gets subverted because of the huge money involved. It is dangerous because the money that comes out of it is substantial part of it goes into sustaining other criminal activities, especially terror in J&K and perhaps in Punjab, in the neighboring state.
Let's come on the election process. For a very long time, elections are going on. You have a vast experience and you served a lot in Jammu and Kashmir. One phase going on with proper way without any disturbances. Second is going on after 2-3 days, 25th. But during this elections, number of VIPs and Prime Minister visits, how much this election is challenging for the Jammu and Kashmir police and how the situation is under control?
Well, see, it's a very heartening to know, and at all levels of the government and also at different levels of the civil society, there is a mood of cheer, there is a mood of hope, there is a mood of festivity. That participation has hugely increased. And what is, I think, most important and very different from any other election is that there is an element of fear-free electioneering. So, be it the polling party or the presiding officer or the political parties who are into electioneering, the candidates themselves, the voters, all stakeholders in the election process. So security forces always had a duty to provide security, but all others always felt diffident, fearful, and had doubts in their mind about the safety or security. The legitimacy of the elections has increased. The acceptability of the elections has hugely increased. And this has become possible not only by a particular agency or force. I think it's a combined whole of the society, whole of the government approach, in which I think I always believe that I think security forces or police or law enforcement can only play the role of a catalyst.
Very fast, Pakistan was always trying to disturb the peace, especially during the election period. But this time, I think the Free Conflict in Pakistan, I think, has not so specific role in Valley, but they are always trying to disturb the peace in Jammu.
Several times I have spoken about the Jammu aspect of it. To clarify, you see, it is very natural and evident that when you would not like to give up. You had always a stake, and there has been deep investments in all terms that you can think of. So therefore, but you will have to please accept that there are a couple of things which have to be accepted even when it comes to Jammu. 2.5 years of terrorism in Poonch, Rajouri and Riyasi. But not a single person has joined them. Please note it. So you want to sustain it with foreign fighters? So in one sense it is a challenge because foreign fighters have no stake. They are more trained, they are hardened, they are fought elsewhere, they are better equipped, and but then if that is something to their advantage, it is an inbuilt disadvantage that people are not with them. They don't have locals to fight along with them. Like in say 10 years, 1995, 2005, you had hundreds of local boys they managed to recruit. Today, it is not so. So that difference has to be accepted, and that difference is what we will count upon. And that difference is something which we will leverage it to ourselves in terms of fight. It's a question of time that we will have it.
One and last, militant activities have been in Kashmir.
Repeat that question again.
Attacks during past encounters, militant attacks have been in Jammu, continuously going on after 1 week, 2 weeks in Kashmir yesterday.
No, it is.
Militants have been increasing?
No, I think you have to make a distinction. You have to make a distinction between terrorist-initiated incidents and then security force-initiated. We are also proactive. We are also fighting. We are also carrying out anti-terror operations. So a contact or an engagement with the terrorist should not be seen always as a case of attack. Has to be a distinction has to be made. So when you are fighting between each other, a bullet hits me, a bullet goes from my side and hits him. So you have to see it that we are fighting also. So any encounter, any engagement with a terrorist is not necessarily that it is an attack. You see, so we are seeking them. A couple of them, dozen of them have entered. So we just cannot sit with hands on hands. We are going also seeking them. We are also fighting. We are also carrying out operations. In the process, there are contacts are taking place. So that distinction has to be made. Yes, there are occasions when they are carrying out attacks on soft targets. They are attacks.
Hopefully, 2 phases will go smoothly.
I hope and pray with the support of the people.